Today's progress on our little slap together building. Now, this is what we call slap together. Here's what I brought in. We've been talking about this little project. I went and got some more slab left over. Now, a guy could take and knock the live edge off of both sides and use it slick side, because all your boards to the inside are slick side. Now imagine you was to slat them that way, slick side all the way down. You could put a floor in this, maybe. Just basically want a place to have whenever the power would go out or something. We put us a stove in here. We could put a floor in it, get us up off the ground a little bit, but that's saying a lot. You know, I cut a doorway in here just so I can get in here. We still got to put the pitched roof on it. Pitch it this way. Try to figure out a way to do it. Now, if we get enough wood, we can go slick side. You get them flat boards and put the slick side to the slick side if you was to smack off the edges and make it, you know, I don't know how good I could cut it with a saw, but probably just going to have enough to put a pitch roof on it and wrap it up with some tar paper. We built us a little stove, put us a little homemade door on there, and have a place in case the power goes out, you know, if they call for a super bad winter. You know, I'm trying to work on the little generator, but, you know, who knows if you can get it to work. I have faith in myself, but having all the stuff to do it at one time, that's where I'm at with the screws on the building too, but it'll take my time. I slapped this together a little bit last night, and I did the rest of what you see there today, and then obviously we had to go get some more wood. So we got a few little pieces. We cut a few. It's been hot right in the direct sun. You know, I'm slow poke. We got to trim some more of these boards up. Like I say, we could come down here, stay, you know, a couple inches off the ground right there on the back side and put a floor in it eventually, maybe. And then you could cut these bottom legs off and crib it up with some block and put a piece of rubber between the block and that way hopefully the termites don't get it. If it's right on the ground like that, termites get it. Our greenhouse, we're going to take that top off of that and put cattle panel over it and wrap it in plastic for next year. That's the game plan on next year. We still got to work on the truck some, but I needed to get a little bit of a game plan going for this little building here. So got to make sure, you know, worst comes to worst, we'll get us a little fire pit or something put in there and sleep campsite. As bad as it sounds, if you have to, you have to, if the power was to go out. I mean, that little generator, you got to clean it out and put it all back together if it was to go off automatically. So it's kind of where we're at. And like I say, I haven't even got it to run yet. I got some parts hopefully coming, but, you know, it still needs some fabbing. I need to work on the truck some and get the motor mounts in it and strip the wiring harness and get that other wiring harness in it. Hopefully we can get it to bust off. I need that thing to move under its own power just in case. Now, four-wheel drive and all that to make it beautiful, beautiful, it's going to be a lot. So, we'll see. Whatever it takes. We'll eventually figure it out or whatever. I've looked at some of those aftermarket wiring harnesses, and they're made to run wide open. You ain't gonna be able to drive that on the road. You know, speed limit, I drive 55. On the interstate, it's 65, 70. You know, some places it's posted 75. You know, so you got to get up with traffic. That truck, it'll max out, you know, 80 mile an hour. It don't want to go no faster than that. So if you're driving on the freeway, it's a lot for that little truck. It don't like it. But we're going to pick through some of this. I think we got enough to maybe shingle the top, but we'll have to get some tar paper. And like I said, I'd like to slick side all the way down to the ground. That way, you know, we'd have enough room to have a cot, a sleeping bag, and make a little homemade stove with the welder. Everybody's dragging wood and everything. Everybody's just getting it. So we got firewood. If Sam let us keep it a little bit for ourselves, you know, they're predicting a bad winter. Probably won't get nothing. Hopefully we don't. I like the way I like to sleep in my bed, but if I had a cot to sleep campfire, I will. If the power's off long enough, you know, if you can't get out, you can't get no gas. And I don't have a big bunch of money to buy tons of gas and have a generator I would call good enough to do whatever. And we still got to see if we can hook it up to the diesel heater and see if we can even use that. It might not have enough amps because that's a 50 amp. That little booster box we got now, you know, I plug it up to a receptacle, it's on 20 amps, so it don't kick in, so it might have something to help it run. But if it kicks off, you know, and you got to clean it and all that, it takes some time. And hopefully we can get it done, if you know what I'm saying, and get it to fire back off. And then you're at the mercy of the gas can. If you can't get out, you know, that little, it's only like a little gallon tank, but who knows how long it take it to run it out. So that's kind of where you're at with it. But we got a building just in case. We got to start on a building we're not finished. You know, to wrap it up in tar paper and put a door on it, make a stove. And I got to get a sleeping bag just in case. And I would like to get one of those little cots to sleep it up off the ground. And then that way we could get some rest and hopefully have enough heat through the night. I might try to get a little half-ton of coal or something if I can get that thing put together fast enough. It's almost the end of October, so we go into December, January, February. Those are the 3 months. That's 3 months. Should be able to maybe get it together, you know, just get it to where it's windproof and it's got a door, and we've got some battery powered lights just in case. I've got some batteries, I got a candle, some other stuff, so we got to get ready for winter. That's probably going to be a day. I got to unload this and kind of pick through and kind of eyeball and see what we can get up. I got to get the roof on it. I got to make some trusses, and I got to get some boards to where, you know, maybe we can get it wrapped up in some tar paper with a pitch roof and wrap the sides and use some of them boards right there to get like a homemade wood paneling under the bottom. If we could put a floor in it, that ain't going to happen. But if I could get like a big easy chair or some kind of cot to where you could lay down on a cot with a sleeping bag, camping style, that'll be good enough for me. And we could have a little wood stove and get us enough wood worked up to where we could hopefully be good enough till we can figure out what to do from there. So that's going to be a day probably. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I know these videos hit and miss, you know, so I don't look for nobody to be watching whatever. You know, we only got a few people that come in and out, but no big deal. We appreciate you if you watch a video. We're just out here. It's a cobbled up mess. We call that slap together. So, I mean, I make fun of it too, but that's as good as we can get something for the money. You can't beat the free off of it. So, we got one box of screws we've burned through. We're going to get another box of screws and figure out a way to get up there and not get hurt and get some tar paper with a door on it and make a stove. That's where we're at.